holy shit, my arm can go up here.
Do you date black guys?
I wasn't even sure if this was a date.
When you're not hard, it just looks like your dick says block.
It was like a clown car of cock.
He was a transvestite.
You stop stealing my fucking idea, asshole.
Who is it?
Because I will fucking find you at a fucking comedy show, and I'll beat your fucking ass.
She's scared, but she's turned on. I can tell.
And this motherfucker who thinks he's gonna fucking steal my idea, you are fucking dead, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
We got your back.
Okay.
It's going well.
Ah!
I'm too lazy to do a podcast, so I appear on other people's podcasts. This is PodCRASH with that Chris Gore.
Welcome to the show. I am that Chris Gore. This is PodCRASH. This is the show where you get to hear a different podcast each week where I appear as a guest. It gives you a chance to discover new shows. It gives me an opportunity to talk about a variety of topics. This week, I'm appearing for the second time on The Naughty Show with Sam Tripoli. And this was a particularly troublesome appearance because I was on the show on a date. I actually brought a first date to the show. And in addition to that, I was very angry about something that we'll talk about later. First, I want to get plugs out of the way. Saturday, January 12th at IO West at 6366 Hollywood Boulevard. I am doing PodCRASH live. This is going to be our biggest show yet. It's 7 geeks on Star Wars Episode 7. And we're going to have a blue milk tasting at 7:30 p.m. I think we're going to make White Russians and throw in a little blue food dye. I think that's what our blue milk tasting is going to be. So you'll be able to enjoy that at 7:30. And then at 8 p.m. is our show where we've got Jonathan London is on the show. Cricket Lee is on the show. I think maybe Comedy Film Nerds will be there. We've got the guys from the Two White Guys podcast, Jason Horton and Josh Mattingly. It's going to be a great lineup of nerds who care passionately about Star Wars. And we're going to be speculating about the next chapter in the Star Wars saga. That was the whole thing, getting excited about that. So that's gonna be the whole podcast is Star Wars Episode 7 related. You can get tickets, go to ioimprov.com/west. You can also get more information at facebook.com/podcrash. Saturday, January 12th. And look, if you can't make the show, you can watch the show streaming live. That's right. Go to youtube.com/podcrashtv. That was the longest plug for one event ever. And I want to welcome my guest here, who's going to be talking with me on the wraparounds. I'm here with none other than Caleb Bacon.
Hey, Chris, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and we're at my downtown loft that I'm still setting up. And I'm embarrassed because I'm here with PodCRASH Crashy Award winner Caleb Bacon, who won for Neatest Studio. What was the exact
Neatest podcasting space.
Neatest podcasting space.
Well, you're going to get there. I have full faith in you. There's stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I moved in like 2 weeks ago, and I'm very OCD when it comes to being organized. And I told Caleb I brought him here on purpose so we could see the before shots.
I feel like this is like the storage room of the Death Star, where they just kind of like dump everything that has Darth Vader's head on it.
It's like that scene in Raiders at the end with the warehouse.
Yeah,
the original Raiders, except all the boxes are open. Because I've opened pretty much all the boxes now, and it's
I saw the Ark of the Covenant in your bathroom, which is pretty nice.
But Caleb does a show, or used to do a show called The Gentleman's Club.
Just recently retired.
And retired. Now this is an interesting thing. Now I was on your show. Caleb was gracious enough to have me interview him on the last episode of his show.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Now it was a blast. We did it at your very neat studio apartment in Hollywood. And what was cool was, I've never heard of a podcast doing a last episode. You know, they do this. Television, it's a big thing. You've got your season finale, then you've got your cliffhangers, and you've got your series finale.
Right.
This was the series finale of Gentleman's Club.
It was. Yeah, it was nice to be able to go out on my own terms. And sort of like Seinfeld, except a better last episode than Seinfeld.
And for those that haven't heard the episode that I was on with Gentleman's Club, I think it was one of the earlier episodes of PodCRASH. And I've appeared on it twice. Actually, that'll be my third time now with your last episode. But the second time was we did Gentleman's Club live.
Yeah, at the
IO.
Famous IO West, home to the Star Wars show in January.
That's right.
Which everybody should check out.
Oh, no, you have to be there. You're not that big a Star Wars fan, though.
Well, I am, but I don't need to drink blue milk.
But you hide it well, because I was at your place. I didn't see one piece of Star Wars memorabilia.
Actually, I've got to go back to see my parents in Scottsdale. It's not where I'm from, it's where they live.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like all these old Star Wars toys in mine. My mom's like, you got to get this stuff out of here. Because she got rid of a storage space. And yeah.
Well, if you're driving there, bring it back. We'll use it in the show.
Okay.
I'm serious. So,
but I think it's a lot of like episode 1 stuff I got in the late 90s. I'm like, this will be a good idea.
You could keep it there. You could donate it. You can also donate it to the Salvation Army. They love stuff like that.
Is that worth anything?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I have the only thing that I kept from episode 1. This is not a joke. I will find it for you. I have episode 1 Jar Jar fruit roll-ups.
Okay.
Because I bought these because I first of all, I couldn't believe that they existed. Guess the flavor of the Jar Jar fruit roll-ups. Because there was Jedi flavor, which was like grape. There was Anakin Skywalker flavor, which was orange. Jar Jar flavor was what?
Raspberry.
Galactic watermelon. They even gave it a fancy name, Galactic Watermelon. So for those that have not heard Gentlemen's Club, tell my listeners what it's about.
So basically the show is, it's a one-on-one interview show where I talk to people guys find interesting, which ranges from your media types, bon vivants like Chris Gore, to different comedians and television personalities, and porn stars.
Well, I fit into one or two of those categories.
I'm sure you have some amateur porn that no one else has seen.
Let's save it for the naughty show.
Okay.
But actually, having done the live show, what was that like too? Actually, no, you've done 2 live shows. I forgot the PodCRASH Awards.
Sure.
You were the announcer and wrote the script for the award show.
The biggest PodCRASH live show of them all.
That was fun. Like, and it's especially. You can watch the whole thing on YouTube at youtube.com/PodCRASH-TV. But that live show was really the thing that was cool about it is everyone was there, took it so seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, what was your impression of that?
It was great. And even, so Sam Tripoli hosts the Naughty Show, which we're going to listen to soon.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking afterwards, and he was saying, like, how great is it? He's a guy who's a stand-up comedian. He's in clubs with all these comics. And, stand-up comedians, I love a lot of them, but they're just not the nicest people, especially backstage. And he was like, wow, this is great. You could just talk to everybody. Everybody's so nice and just kind of like just giving. It was a very positive attitude to all of it.
No, it was fun. We were really I just wanted to have a party with the people whose because all the podcasts I've been on, they're like my children in a way. I feel like they're my adopted kids, and now I have way too many.
Yeah, you have a lot of them.
Yeah, I have a lot of kids, but I just wanted an excuse to have a party. That's all that was about. It was the 1-year anniversary of PodCRASH. I couldn't think of a theme for our next show, and I said the PodCRASH Awards, and we're giving away the Crashy.
And everybody had a good time.
You came up with Crash. No, it was
Mary.
Mary, yes. Yeah. We've reconciled. I've reconciled with my girlfriend
because of the awards.
The awards was kind of the catalyst for that. But previous to the awards, just weeks before, I went out on a date that. Well, I'll talk about it when we get to the Naughty Show. Because you're actually going to be on the Naughty Show soon, right? You're going to be on Sam Tripoli's show.
Yeah, later in January. I'll be a guest.
And they're no longer part of the DeathSquad.tv network, Brian Redband's network, which is a great. if you listen to podcasts, he does the Joe Rogan show. He does lots of porn star related shows. He does a lot of great shows, Brian, and he's always waiting in the wings with a zinger comment. He doesn't speak often on shows, but when he has something to say, he says that thing.
And the Naughty Show split off, so they're
right. So they're independent now. Are they part of some other network?
They record over at the Joint Studios in Burbank, California. That's all I know.
I don't pay any attention to this stuff. I'm now part of the Sideshow Network, which I think is just going to open up PodCRASH to be to a bigger audience. That's it makes a lot of sense for me.
So your Naughty Show appearance we're about to hear was the end of an era.
It was definitely the end of an era, and it was also my second time on the show, so I was familiar with those guys. But all right, we should talk about this. But but before we get to that, Gentlemen's Club is now retired, and I was on that final episode. I just find it cool that you decided I'm going to go out on my own terms. And I really think that it was a better ending than Lost.
Okay,
the show, knowing what I know about it.
Yeah,
you can listen to it at Gentlemen's Club. You can listen to Caleb
sure.
and I
It's on
talking
iTunes, gentlemensclubpodcast.com.
Right.
What I liked was basically I just got really busy in this past year and had lots of good stuff going on. But just the concept for the Gentlemen's Club I wasn't as excited about. And so I was doing less and less episodes. It was like, all right, this is something I've loved. I want to just be able to do one fun, self-indulgent episode where I could just talk about the Gentleman's Club with a good friend of mine who also happens to really enjoy the show.
Wow.
And we got to do that. So
Who
that
did you
was
get
nice.
to?
Chris Gore.
Oh, well, thank you.
Star of PodCRASH.net.
But that's the thing is I noticed, like, having listened to your show a bunch of times, you'll get the rare little tidbit about you, and it was really interesting to sit there and actually, how did you start the show? A lot of things I didn't know.
Yeah,
and I came completely unprepared with no notes. I actually took a few notes while we were talking, but because I think the best preparation for an interview where you don't know something about the person that's actually good preparation if you're interested. I feel like that's the secret to doing a good interview is you're interested. And you've done that so well in 150 plus episodes?
Yeah, that was episode 154.
154 episodes. And now with the new project, tell us about the new project, because I'm very excited about this.
Right, so that's why it's not so sad to end a podcast. It didn't just die.
Right.
I get a chance to do a new show because I wanted to do something I was excited about and something that's a little bit more reflective of like where I am now. And in 2009, I was more into goofing off. And now I'm a very serious guy. Okay, not serious. I just want to do a podcast that's got a little bit more meaning behind it. So I'm doing a new show called Man School, which PodCRASH listeners, listen up. Chris Gore is coming to it soon.
I will be on Man School.
It comes out February 1st. And it's a show where I talk to men about their particular life experiences.
Give us a little teaser for the show.
So I have an episode where I talk to guys who've had to deal with going bald.
Wow.
And just what that was like for them and how they get through it. And, for some people are like, oh, going bald, that's no big deal. But for some people, going bald is a big deal.
And think of the money you save not buying shampoo or the time you save, not being concerned about hair product. As someone with hair...
with product.
As a hair American, yeah. I will say that it's actually a burden. It's a burden having hair that you have to constantly coif. I just wanted to say the word coif.
You do a lot of coifing.
The coifing involved. I like to say I have a JBF, which, that's my hairstyle. Figure it out. Connect the dots. But so Man School, what I love about this show that you're doing, it's a podcast that has a finite, you're doing a season of it, and that's it. You're going to do a certain number of episodes, like almost like a mini series.
Yeah, it's going to be 20-something episodes for season one. Going to release shows on the 1st and the 15th of every month. And so other topics are going to be like, I have an episode where I talk to two guys who've been kidnapped before.
And do you give advice on how to get out of being kidnapped?
Pretty much. I mean, the idea is like when I talk to people about their experiences, it's like, well, what did you do that worked, and like what could you have done differently?
Wow.
And I've talked to two guys who got diagnosed with cancer in their 20s, which is it's a heavy topic, but at the same time, like they're both comedians, so it's fun and it's light and it's entertaining. Aside for a few moments, and what they have a lot of useful stuff to say, which could apply to people going through like anything that's especially difficult. But ultimately, I want a show that's going to have some like usefulness to it, but also be fun.
Well, I'm going to be listening to the show. I will subscribe on iTunes, and I'm not going to listen to the show that I'm on because I already know what I said.
Manschoolshow.com.
Manschoolshow.com, and I'm sure you have a Facebook and all that stuff.
Yeah, coming on iTunes. February 1st.
We'll get the plugs in at the end of the show. Let's get to the Naughty Show so we can get to the clips. Now, this is my second time that I've been on the Naughty Show, and Sam Tripoli, stand-up guy, not just a stand-up comedian, a stand-up guy.
Yeah, I love Sam.
And he has his co-host is Vicky Pezza. She is hilarious. She's also does stand-up comedy, and Brian Redban is there too. And I knew I was going to be on the podcast, and there's a girl that actually hit me up on it was either Twitter or Facebook, and she's like, I know when a girl does this, and she says, hey, so what's going on? A girl that has never spoken to me in social media whatsoever, that I'm friends with but don't pay attention to, suddenly hits me up, and it's like, we should get together and have coffee or lunch, and I'm like, I know why you're doing this. Because you see that I'm single on Facebook, and I don't like to bullshit. I don't like to waste time. I don't like it's like, look, if we're interested, let's get together. We'll see if we have a good time. And I was still distraught over having the breakup, which I've now reconciled with my girlfriend. So
congratulations!
Thank you very much. And spending the holidays alone can be miserable. So I'm glad we've reconciled. So I could
but remember,
avoid that.
You're never alone for the holidays as long as you have PodCRASH on your iPod.
Yeah, thanks for that plug. But so I met this, and she does stand-up comedy too. and her name is Erin. It's on the podcast, so I may as well say it. Erin Darling, right? So she hit me up.
It's a porn star name.
It sounds like, Erin Darling. So I knew I had to do the podcast at like 9. She showed up at the 35er in Pasadena at like 7:30 or 8. I got her soused, and then we went over there. And, look, I'm just getting to know someone and kind of see where their boundaries are, because I pretty much go into every date knowing that it's going to be, she's just not going to like me. So what I'm going to do is, rather than wait 6 months to tell her all the things that I would say in like 6 months, the things she would learn about me, I just sort of unload that on the first date. Like it's a dump truck of baggage, right? Which actually turns out to be like a first date speech, which I talked about on the Naughty Show. So I kind of get that stuff out, and it's almost like a way of like, you're not really going to like me. I don't know. And this has got to be a self-esteem thing too, where I'm just sort of unloading all of my stuff right off the bat.
But that's smart. You filter out people who don't want to deal with that.
That's what it is. It's sort of a filter, and it's I feel like, if you can find those areas of connection, because it's easy to have a good time doing things that are fun. Let's actually get right to the difficult stuff. Okay, that sounds horrible. So
maybe that's more than a filter. That's
she accompanied me to the podcast, and I thought, well, maybe she'll just like watch while I'm doing the show, because I didn't. The weird thing is, I love to multitask. So I know if I'm going out for the day, it's like I'm also going to do my mail and this. Like I'm going to drive for one day in Los Angeles, and I'm going to get everything done in one day. And so I'm going to get my podcast appearance, some shopping done in Pasadena, and I'm also going to go on this miserable first date, which ended up, she described at the end, that was the best first date she ever had.
I bet.
But let's see how we got there. All right, so here's Sam Tripoli and the Naughty Show with friends on a first date. Naughty Show, give it a listen.
Okay, who's the blonde?
This is Erin Darling.
Is this your sister?
No,
Damn it! Right,
we
that's
are
your
actually
sister?
we're let's be honest, we're kind of on a date.
God.
We're kind of on a date. It's kind of a first date.
Oh, this is kind of cool.
I know Sam,
Yeah.
Sam
It's
and
kind
I
of
were
a first
definitely
date.
both hoping for sister.
And so, it's kind of a first date.
How's it
and
going?
We've known each other for a couple years.
Have you guys met? This
Jason,
is
how are you,
Chris.
brother?
Hey, Chris Gore.
Meet you, Jason Tibor.
What's
How are
your
you,
name
buddy?
again?
Jason.
Aaron.
And Aaron.
Let's
how are
speak
you,
her to the
love?
microphone.
Long distance, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like too far away.
So how's the
Aaron,
first
this is
date
Vicky.
going?
Vicky's mad at me right now.
we met outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
I told her she
Vicky,
smelled
we love Vicky.
amazing.
Oh my God, they totally sniffed.
While I'm letting in
Wait,
the
what?
guests.
I just
What happened?
smelled her.
They
'cause she
cut-
smells amazing.
Vicky does smell amazing.
They
But
kind of sniffed each other's butts, to be honest.
Yeah,
in a
that's
way,
right.
in a way, they kind of did.
I owe Vicky a big, I don't know,
Shout out,
award.
apology?
Shout out, not an apology, but she gave me the shit you put in your washing machine, these little pebbles, and it makes your clothes smell so good. And so now all these people like always tell me how much I smell good, and it's all because of Vicky.
Vicky, thank you. Vicky, do
She's
you want
mad at me now.
She is mad. She's mad. She's
Now?
mad right now.
Because I can't hear myself.
Look at you. You
all.
have the most microphones.
Try this one. Try this.
This place is so remodeled since the last time I was here. You have Nazi zombies.
Yeah.
I've never been here during Halloween.
Well-
Holy crap, this is amazing.
If you're gonna-
Nazi zombies here.
Yes.
Look at this.
If you
I
want
love
a
it.
zombie, you'd want it to be Nazi, right? You wouldn't.
Right.
Even though I just saw the Book of Mormon, and that was a great
Oh, how
play.
was it?
Phenomenal.
Everybody
first
says
of all,
it's great.
You saw a play and you're not gay. I love that. I love that about
Wait a
you.
minute, you're
Who
not
said
gay?
I'm not gay, dude?
Yeah,
That's the best place to cruise
I
for
was like, what?
great dick, bro.
Save that for break.
Meet you at the Frolic Room.
Save that
right
for the
next
breaking news
door.
segment.
Cheaper beers.
Hit in the bathroom, rocking the glory hole. Be
Yeah.
back for the second act. That's how we're
Nice,
going.
nice. Yeah, no, I want to see it. Like, look, I have been to many plays at the Pantages.
I haven't been to one that was my first one, and I'm so excited I went.
Did you buy advance tickets?
Yes, I got. Well, I went there.
Never
as soon as
do
the
that.
sign go up.
Never do that.
Well, I got $30 tickets.
Oh wait, you did rush tickets?
I went there. I don't know why he's like. I'm like, how much are they? Like 75. I'm like. He's like, well, we have these special $30 tickets.
Yeah, and you went okay, that's the way you do rush tickets. You go the day of, you pay cash only.
Right.
You get there around 4 p.m.
It's like 3 hours before
Oh,
it
is that
starts.
3 hours
or
before
something.
like the
Yeah.
lottery ticket.
And yeah, well, you like wait in line and you get like you can get first row tickets for $30.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
great.
That's how a lot of
And
those venues. That's how the Wiltern is. Like if you go
Yeah.
before the like 3 hours before the event starts, there's like 15, 20 people out there.
Right.
And you get tickets for like
Just
$25.
Wait around.
Yeah.
So you have the right to go in and pay $9 for a Coors Light.
And you don't have to pay
which
all the
I
fucking
enjoy
fees.
doing.
Well, I'd rather go see a
They have
$30
Coors Light, the
play.
Pantages.
What's that?
It's Coors Light, the Pantages.
Yes, it's very
I
expensive.
thought it was like a really classy establishment.
No, they've got a
That's
full,
why it's $9.
full bar.
That's why it's $9.
But it
Have you
is a little pricey on the drinks and the Pantage.
Have you been to a bar? It's like PBRs are like $7 out here. I
The
saw
worst
people-
one is
That's
that
kinda
Universal,
true.
the Universal where they have that big music festival up at I forget what it's called, the Universal Theater or whatever it is up there.
Yeah.
It's like $14 beers. And it's like, if you spill that, you know how fucking pissed you are when people bump into you. It's like, dude, that was 80 cents you just spilled on my pants.
And you got to roofie the first beer because you
Yeah,
don't
because
know
you
if
can't
there's gonna be
afford
a
to.
second
Right.
beer. Every about 5 minutes, I want to check in with Vicky to see how angry she is. We're going to just go through.
Oh my god, I love it. Angry Vicky.
Yeah, Angry
that's
Vicky.
okay. That's a Twitter.
Her face is
That is a
matching her
Twitter.
hair.
That
It's
that
getting
and
red.
and Harry Coinslot is going to be my new Twitter account.
Harry Quinn.
Harry Coinslot.
I like that.
It's because I got some fake back tattoos I was at Star Wars Celebration. This is a very nerdy story. I got some Ewok tattoos on my back, but they were fake for a bit, and
Yeah.
then. And,
You got Star
and
Wars tramp
The
stamps.
problem is that someone pulled my pants down a little too far, and so someone mentioned Harry Coinslot, and I thought, what a great name for a Twitter account.
Or a Native
Or your
American name.
autobiography.
It could be an autobiography.
Oh,
Yes,
that would be
exactly.
good. That would be good.
So
Yeah.
wait,
Chris
how-
Gore's Harry Coinslot. That could be yeah. Wait, you're on video. Wait, okay, not me. You. Look, you're
Yeah,
on the.
we need ratings.
Yeah, exactly.
Not me.
We
Yeah.
need ratings.
Oh my God, have you seen Aaron's legs? They're so sexy.
Okay.
And
Let's
the
take a
problem
look
is
at
you
it.
can't
They're
see them.
under the
No,
table.
well, they could be
Let's
over
take a
the
look at
table.
Aaron's legs.
If you put them up on the table, like I'm gonna put my legs right up here.
We have a
Aaron,
crotch cam.
own
Hold on.
this
I'll go
place.
under the table.
And it got creepy. Listen,
No,
man.
own
no.
the
Yeah.
place, Aaron. Put your legs up.
Yeah, own it.
Should
And then
I?
we're-
Should I do
yeah,
this?
do it.
Yeah,
And then
look,
we're gonna
she has
check
amazing
in the
shoes, too.
See how- whoa!
Wow.
Hold on. Did
I
you get
can do
crotch
a
shot?
really high kick too.
Let's see it.
No,
What,
you
really?
can see it. It's under the table.
That's true. But he has X-ray vision.
Yeah,
Here,
yeah.
well, how can you do high kicks like that?
Yeah, I
I'm
don't.
not going to do it again. That was a one-time kind of thing.
Sam
I
doesn't
be
believe you.
objectified.
He
I
doesn't
didn't
believe
see
you.
anything. I was just checking out Vicky. Checking with Vicky. How you doing?
I'm fine.
That one's better.
What what happened? You seem
This one.
angry.
I'm not.
That one's better.
I'm not angry.
Are you sure you're not angry?
I'm
Because if
happy
you were,
to hear.
then just tell us.
You look
Share.
like you look like you're from the video. Don't cry for me, Argentine. Like you're like talking all
Evita?
the for all the microphones. Right? Am I wrong? It's like some weird press
It does
conference.
look like a press conference over there.
Oh, all right. That makes more sense. Like I'm singing to my people. Like,
So
I don't
cool.
see
Alright,
the
everyone.
fit.
So wait, how I want to know how the date's going? Is it really a first date?
Well, it's like we've known each other for a couple years.
Oh, okay.
And then
One of
Aaron,
those.
I have no idea what happened. Like you hit me up.
You got on a TV show,
No,
and then
I-
she's
What
like,
happened?
you know, you're kind of
Okay, what
cute
happened
again.
was
She really, I realize she knows nothing about
Stop.
me. Okay.
We're gonna
Yeah.
do this. We're gonna play a game called What? How did this happen?
I love that game.
Here we go.
I
I'm going
love
to
that
say
game.
what scenario brought them to this night.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Red
Okay.
Band, you want to play? Or are you gonna do technical?
Red
shit?
Band's in. No, he's adjusting
We're
the
gonna
camera.
start with out the gate. Who he usually wins this? Jason Tebow. How did this date become?
How did it become? Well,
How did they meet?
No, they've met before, but how did they finally agree to go out on a date?
That's easy.
That's interesting. I
Wait,
feel
is
like you guys
wait,
worked
everyone
together.
guessing?
Yeah,
I feel like you guys
guessing.
worked
We're all
together on
guessing.
something
you
a
can
while
just
ago.
go for facts if you want.
don't- yeah.
I'm cool
Yeah.
with facts.
Let's go. Let's do a round of questions, and then we'll nail it down. I think everyone gets one question.
Oh, no.
Oh, good idea.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
do we
Wow.
all ask
We
a question?
all get one question,
like
then we
mystery
all
dates.
guess.
All right. So
we get to hear the
Vicky, do you wanna
answers
go
to
first?
everybody's questions.
I have my question.
All right, go.
Before you chose today to hang out, was coming here a part of it?
No, it was a conflict, and then I thought, well, it was a conflict. Like because I was like, well, come to Pasadena because I actually love Pasadena because it's diverse. There's certain parts we were talking about this. Certain parts of the city, they're like West Hollywood is this thing,
Yeah.
Hollywood is this, Venice is that. Like,
Yep.
Pasadena, it's like there are children in strollers at 11 p.m. on a Friday with a family, and then there's goth kids and college kids, and then there's the dudes with the shirts that look like a guy on a motorcycle was shot through a cannon with a dragon, and it's going through an angel's asshole on the back of a shirt.
So
that's
basically
what it looks like.
graphic art.
Graphic art.
Let's just call it
you're
what
saying
it is.
that
graphic
Pasadena
art.
is the Ed Hardy.
No, I'm not saying that.
city.
I'm
No,
saying
Pasadena's a Dragon Ball Z, I think
it is
is
a
what
little
you're
Dragon
trying
Ball
to
Z.
say.
But it's what I like.
pulled out
What
Dragon Ball.
I like about Pasadena is
Revenge shit his
Somebody's in
pants.
love.
it's diversity. So I love that. I love the fact that you can come to Pasadena. It's everything. So,
I've always loved that too. You could get it's got old tradition, and you could buy cocaine out.
Yeah.
It's like there's a great combination that when I used to do that
Old world
stuff.
meets
and
new
there's
world.
there's
All
like
together.
hobos with facial piercings and green hair.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
So I was like, oh well, this is a good place to meet because it's sort of neutral ground. And then I was like, oh fuck, I forgot I have to do that podcast. And then I was like, oh well, Aaron is into your personality. Entertainment wise,
That's a nice
just
way.
come with me. They'll be cool. They'll be cool if we bring our stash. They're good with it. And I was like, oh, so whatever. We'll just go with the flow. And
Were there no beers in there for you?
wait a sec. There are.
No, I think they.
I'm gonna go
I
get
think
one.
I think they got drained out, Sam.
Do they have?
I don't think there's beer in there.
Oh, usually we have beers. I would have. If I knew this was a date, I would have brought beers.
Champagne.
Candles.
I wasn't even sure if this was a date. I mean, I didn't
This is even better.
Now we're in trouble.
This is even better.
But wait,
now I know.
That was a
wait.
free answer.
But hold on, stop. Does that change things
No,
for you?
it doesn't
Does
really
that
change
add
anything.
pressure?
No,
Did you I should have
Was
shaved.
that sound
This
effect
was
on
a-
purpose there, Brian Redback?
no, not really.
You didn't do any special preparation that this might be a special date, or you just always good to go? You're just always
She
ready to
dressed
rock?
hot. She kind of.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
You.
Unless you're here to get
I
as
I agree
trying
with
to
you,
look
bro.
like shit, you know.
What's that?
I wasn't trying to look like shit.
right.
I have a feeling it's
So,
hard for you to look like shit.
When you try to look like shit,
I know.
when's that moment I just want to look like shit?
When you throw on the flannel shirt and the jeans,
Jury
just kinda
duty.
whatever.
So far, you've described every Friday night for me. So far.
Like if you're trying to get out of jury duty, fucking.
Yeah, it's gotta be hard to get out of
Yeah.
jury duty when you look like that.
I know.
Vicky, checking in. Did you ask your question yet?
Yeah. What was
Yes.
the question?
Her question was this part of your plan of the date?
Like the
part of
podcast
this?
itself.
It
Were you
was
like, we're gonna go on a
accidental.
date
It's
and
an
then we'll
audible.
wrap
It's
it
like
up
I
in
didn't
the-
know it was not a date because, frankly, I would not waste my time with a girl that just wants to let's meet up for drinks, just for fun. It's like no, it's not for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go out with me for some reason.
What girls still do that?
I don't know.
That seems
girls
like
that
a
aren't
college
honest
move.
with themselves. I think the girls that don't know, but getting to know Aaron right now, I was all impressed at the bar that we were hanging out with. I was like, wow, you really are. You are self-aware. You don't meet a lot of women that are self-aware in Los Angeles.
Agreed.
Yeah, this. I got to say, Caleb, this is a lot harder to listen to now than I thought because I was in a certain bizarre state of mind. I was distraught over my girlfriend and then my ex-girlfriend. Now, I was distraught over the breakup, and then in addition, there's another issue that comes out later. But yeah.
So you're in the studio with Vicky also.
Yes, Vicky Pezza.
who's a great young lady. Now she sounds old when I say lady.
Yeah.
No, but Vicky's fantastic.
Yeah.
So what is it like for you when you're bringing a first date around another girl? And then obviously you weren't going for Vicky or anything, but what did you feel like you were being judged in any way?
No, I have this weird ability to not give a shit what people think of me, or to just I don't know. Maybe it's the stage of life that I'm at, and having been through divorce, raising kids, which a lot of people don't know about me, and because I don't talk about it that often. But it's
I'm your
that's-
child.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, adopted. But it's having been through all this, I just feel like nothing. It's no, I've been through the depths of hell with relationships. This is nothing. Your judgment doesn't affect me. And I think there was also a defense mechanism in school, just, growing up a nerd. And I realized that I was definitely had a quick wit when I was in elementary school, junior high, and high school, whatever. I could fight back with words, right? I didn't have the physical stature of the jocks, but the thing that drove them crazy was not caring what they thought, and that became like, oh my God, that's my shield. I put that up, and so I've developed that. I don't know. That's
Fair enough.
That's how I survived that.
So you didn't notice.
All right, so let's back to the naughty show.
All right, my question is, what type of guys are you into? Do you date black guys?
Because I'm not a black guy. Just
trying
to
to
point
figure
it out.
Just trying
I'm
to
not a
figure
black
out.
guy.
That's
Trying
just
to
for the
figure
people
out,
on.
Are you into black
listening.
guys? And that's fine.
If
you are.
they're
I
only
watch a lot of
listening,
interracial
I am
porn.
not a black guy.
I watch a
my
lot of
God.
it. You're the
Yeah.
silver fox.
I like how
Everybody loves you.
Tripoli's questions are just things he can beat off to. It's not even about the game.
Although, can I just say, I don't have any tattoos. There is one tattoo I'm considered getting. I want to get a tattoo of a black cock on my cock. And I don't know if I should get a picture of a black cock or the words black cock, because then I could just say, fuck my black cock to a girl.
Yeah.
I
But
could say,
the
like...
question is this, though, dude.
Wait a second, wait.
You just totally suck my black cock. just suck on my black cock.
Right? Like, but that'd be great if I had a tattoo of black cock on my cock. Then I could say those words to a lady.
And mean
Blew
it.
Sam Tripoli's mind.
And like when you're not hard, it just looks like your dick says block.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
What
why
do
do you have a
it looks
block
like
on?
it says Blick. What?
BK.
Blick.
Well, the
CK. What?
Okay.
Blick CK. What does that mean?
I'm about to show you.
Okay. But
I have
how do
so
you
blown
get
this
the
date. This
tat
was a
on
mistake.
there?
I'm sorry, Aaron.
No, it's not.
I apologize.
Did that go too far? I will take it off the table.
Yeah.
If
Take
you're
it off.
Oh,
offended
wait,
by
that question?
Yes, was that
Wait,
an
do I
offensive
What was the
black
question?
guys?
Yes.
Have you ever dated a black guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have.
Take that into account.
Wait a second. Can I just say? Wait. Can I say?
The button is
Mike, can I just say? Just to even the score.
even the score.
You've also dated a black man.
I have also dated a black guy. No. When I was in college, my girlfriend was black.
Yeah.
But I didn't like her because she was black. I liked this girl.
Well,
Yeah.
she
was cool. I didn't give a shit. Like, to me, race,
Why
who
did
gives
you
a fuck?
send me that?
What did you tell? What did you send a picture of a black cock?
Yeah, it's just really
Right,
uncomfortable.
Red Man?
It's a really dirty one too.
Hell.
It's like, why'd you
Wait,
do that?
Can you share it with us all? Just share it with
No,
us all.
I don't want to ruin this first date if I haven't already.
it's already
Too
ruined.
late.
late for
Too
that.
late.
It's already
ruined.
done.
What was your second question? You had a two-part question. You said.
No, I don't want to.
Although, can I just say,
I don't want to ask.
can
the
I say,
second
if
one.
we get married,
Yes.
if this ends up going that
You
way,
could do it on a podcast.
Is that
Sam-
creeping you out? He's already talking
Wait,
about
no.
marriage. Is that creeping you
if
out?
that happens,
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, if we get married, all y'all's better be in this.
Yeah! Can we podcast from your wedding?
all invited.
We podcast from your wedding.
The podcast, the wedding podcast.
I think
Be great.
everybody
Oh my God.
who's in the ceremony should have a microphone in front of them. They don't.
Yeah.
You don't actually stand there. You guys
Yeah.
go and we just make comments the whole time.
Yeah.
This is never going to work
Commentary.
out.
God, now you guys have to get married.
You better get that tattoo.
It could happen. It
Guys,
could
can
happen.
we all look at our schedule, see when we have open to get married in Vegas? We'll set
I'm
this all up.
open. Everything's open.
In
Okay.
Vegas?
Yeah.
Who's getting married in Vegas?
Well, you guys are.
Not you, apparently.
Not me.
Where do you want to get
Planning
married?
this, though.
Pasadena.
Yeah. What's your dream wedding?
Outdoors.
Outdoors?
Definitely.
Like, what do you mean?
I
Like
agree.
in a
Not
field
Not
of
beach.
outdoors.
Beach is so stereotypical. Like, no.
In
You're
the
talking about the
forest?
jungles of Vietnam.
Maybe like forest, open field. Not exactly that
Vietnam
far.
would be great.
I still want my parents to be able to go.
Oh, okay.
Vietnam, they're like, what?
They can't go back to Vietnam.
Right.
Why have your parents in Vietnam?
Her dad's like Chuck Norris from that one. Okay, just,
To kill some people.
back. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to kill again.
Like outdoors or something like meadowy. Or
I think that's beautiful.
vineyardy.
Did you grow up out here? Because you said you went to USC,
So
but then you also
romantic.
just said y'all.
I'm
Dude,
from.
you're really romantic.
Sometimes I
romantic.
say that. I don't know. No, I'm from Northern California. I'm from the Bay Area.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's points.
Yeah, but I've been here for a
Smart,
while.
cultured,
So.
nice teeth. You got very white teeth.
Thank you.
Does anyone else check out teeth? Am
It's
I
like
I do.
5
Always.
years of orthodontia, though. I mean, it's not naturally like this. Believe me.
You've done a lot of work on
I
it.
had some like crossbite, overbite. It was bad.
Okay.
Wait a sec.
Like,
Who's
horror
buying this
film.
story of ugly ducklings? Anyone buying this?
Not me.
Anybody?
Oh, I never said I was ugly. I was still hot as shit.
Oh wait,
Just a fucked up
That
teeth.
girl's so hot.
Yeah.
His teeth are jacked.
I think that's amazing. So you go to the dentist on a regular basis?
Well, I mean, just as much as every normal individual.
Because that's what a normal person would do.
However, when I was in middle school and high school, I definitely had braces twice.
Twice?
See,
once, and I lost more teeth and had to get it a second time.
I had them once for years and years, and my teeth are mad fucked up, which is why I always look at teeth, especially here, because everyone's teeth here are fucking perfect, and it's so.
You haven't looked at
fucking-
my teeth.
No, I mean here, Los Angeles, not here. This room.
guy's got candy corn for teeth over there.
But I think I need to get them again. I need them over.
Did everyone here have braces?
I had braces.
I didn't.
I never had braces.
This is my last
Never once.
orthodontist.
But I don't think my teeth are not perfect for
This
sure.
is the
They're
last
not
time.
perfect, but they're also not completely messed up.
Okay.
That was almost a compliment.
I'll take not perfect.
I don't give compliments, only non-insults.
I believe that. I do believe that about you. I do believe that about you.
I love that.
This is the last time. This is my last appointment with the orthodontist. This is how it went. Okay, fine. You don't want to do it? Take them off. Just take off his. He's done. We're done with you. You don't want to do your braces right? We're done with you. Goodbye. That's how it ended right there.
That sounds great.
Wow,
Did you go to like a dentist in Philly or something?
Because I had
Is that
the
how they yell
bands.
at
I
you?
had those fucking rubber bands in my mind. Like, I'm like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, where you
dude.
look like Bane from The Dark Knight
Yeah,
Rises.
I had this
You
whole
just look
thing
like
breathing.
you have a huge thing on your face.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, can't you just, like, there's this guy in MMA, he's this MMA announcer, and he literally had braces for like 10 years. Like, at some point, do you just get new teeth? I mean, do you really want to fix
Get
them
new
up?
teeth.
So just knock them all out and just shove something new in there. If you're to go 10 fucking years with braces,
You're so
yeah, I know what
American.
you're talking about.
I'm so
Knock
American.
that shit down and get some new ones.
It's like, yeah, he's spending his entire
What do they do
40s.
in Europe? Take 30-year plan on fixing your teeth. By the time you get them done, they're falling out because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need fucking dentures.
And he's spending all of his 40s in braces.
Fucking communists over here. Let's go through. I'm only kidding. Let's go through.
Wait, are there more pictures of black cocks on your phone?
Do you want to
Because
see this? I don't want to.
I don't
ruin
know.
it.
Go ahead. Whatever.
Wait,
really
why do you have
uncomfortable.
cock pictures
Vicky,
on your
show him the
phone?
picture.
Why don't you?
I showed it to Chris. I got
I saw
the
it.
same
Oh, that
text.
one?
I
It's
just,
very
I was like,
uncomfortable.
what was that guy doing? It seems like he had a lot of moisturizer. Or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
lot of,
there's
like,
a lot
stuff.
of, yeah.
Hey, if you want to get
Oh,
in
really?
on this black cock message thing, let me know. I'll get your
Really?
number.
Could you hashtag that? Black
It looks
cock?
like he has a condom on, doesn't it? That's
Let me
Is that
see,
what it
Vicky.
is?
I have not looked
bizarre.
that hard at that picture. I want to thank all the Twitter followers.
It's
who
really
sent
about that
me,
face that's creepy.
They sent me
What?
webcam girls talking really racist. It's really funny.
Really?
Oh,
Who said-
that's
They all
creepy.
do.
Send me
and
that.
It's all black guys. They're like, dude, watch this one.
You got to send me, clue me in on that shit.
Okay, so let's get back to what we were talking
All right,
about.
everybody.
Wait,
let's
what are we
refocus.
talking? What are we talking?
We're going to talk about how this date happened.
Yeah.
And-
How did it happen?
And more importantly, how we both, the two parties of the date, feel that it's going so far.
Ooh,
well, I feel like it was going great until we arrived here. That's it was perfect, and then we walked in the door, and then that's when it began to derail.
So you're on a first date, and you're at the Naughty Show, and it's being broadcast live around the world, literally.
Right. Well, it's on YouTube, and it's on Ustream and all that. So yes.
Yeah. So how's the date going at this point?
I thought it was derailing, but the thing is this. Here's what I thought saved me. She was laughing. So I know if I can, there's still little indicators. If you can make a girl laugh over stuff that I know isn't funny.
But you said you gave her a few cocktails too.
That's true. I did. Well, that's sort of greasing the wheel, isn't it? But then in addition, I also know, like, if we're sitting at bar stools and she puts her foot on my bar stool, I know I'm in.
Yeah.
Like that's like there's little indicators, but the fact that she was laughing, I think was.
Did she put her foot on your microphone because it's a podcast?
She put it. No, I could tell that, like, I was winning her over. But also, like, I don't know that I was really in the space to, like, I was going on a first date actually to me as a time killer, because my way of getting over a breakup is to instantly go back in, is to basically just go, okay, I need to spend time with friends. I need to get out in the world. Some people, sulk and stay at home. I actually need to get out. I need to get out, and I need to, like, go on dates where it's like my agenda is not to find a new girlfriend or even to have sex, but just to actually get back on the horse, so to speak.
Be distracted.
Yeah. Distracted.
But so you take her to Brian Redband Studios, which is
Right.
which is a legit place. It's not like a podcast at somebody's studio apartment, like my own
Yes.
podcast. But so that's got to be a little bit impressive too.
No, well, I mean, I guess it was like it's in the back of Ice House, and I knew that she wanted to get into stand-up comedy, but I kind of feel like she might have been, in order to get into stand-up, you really have to have, like, a lot of tolerance, I think, for just different types of blue humor. I'm not sure that her tolerance for blue humor was there. We'll see. Let's see. Let's get back to the naughty show. You'll see what I mean.
Are you regretting this right now?
Right.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Like I you know, but
He totally is.
I'm totally regretting it. But Erin, knowing that she is in entertainment, knows that there's a certain amount of this that's bullshit.
Sure, of course.
Like we're trying to be entertaining to an audience, and we don't want to be. My greatest fear is to be boring, to an audience. So I'll make sure that I am entertaining.
You're raising the stakes.
I'm raising the stakes always, yeah, and taking risks.
I like that.
So yeah.
So should we hear your date?
Here's
your date
just
story
so you
or
know
your
why
dick
I'm
jokes?
doing this. Yeah.
I want both.
No,
no.
So the blowjob jokes. Yeah.
What would you prefer?
Well, I think the audience should decide. I mean, but they can. I'm
say
willing
we
to
have
do whatever.
both.
I don't want to.
You can't hear them at the same
embarrass. I've already put Aaron through enough. I think.
Well,
Aaron, would
it's
you say
not-
this has been a bad experience for you? Or
No, I'm
we've all
having
been
a
kissing
blast
your
with
ass
you guys.
the whole time.
This is so fun. Thank you for having me and letting me crash this whole event.
I'm included in the
And
you guys part.
now
so
that you
just
guys
saying.
are all going to be
Just to
in the
be
wedding
clear.
party,
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to know each other
Now,
like this.
do you have?
I can't imagine Sam's toast.
before the rehearsal
Sam's
dinner?
fucking toast. What would the toast be? Hey, I met these two.
She has
hey,
awesome
give it up for anal.
taste in comedy.
Black cock. What? When I met Aaron, that'd be great.
Aaron's
Think of
been
the
with a
toast.
lot of black guys.
Think of the toast.
Have
Just
you
one.
have you ever been to a wedding where they get the worst speech?
Oh my god! I feel like that could be a web series.
I went to a wedding
That's a
and
great
everyone
idea.
was like, "Oh my god!" The bride's what's
Bridesmaid.
Yeah, the bridesmaid
Pallbearer.
basically just was like, "Me and my mom could not believe it. You're getting married because you were the biggest slut we knew." That was the
Wow.
speech.
that was the speech.
And everyone was just like, and then you went through this guy, and then you were with this guy. We're like, it's gonna nope. Then you got this guy, and dude, they
started listing names?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Dude, they
It was
have
like a
talked
clown car of cocks.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Right.
That should be
Oh my
the name of
God.
your new album.
Clown car of cocks.
Yeah.
All right, that'll be
I
the
like
sequel
that.
to Celebrity Poop. Celebrity's Poop.
Like
That'll
that.
be it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what were we talking
Story.
about?
He's going to give us his speech that he gives on every
and then
first
we're
date.
gonna hear dick jokes.
No.
You're saying this is a speech you give on a first date.
First of all, wait. I need to qualify this. I was married actually, and in a relationship for almost 16 years. And when I got out of that, I thought, wow, how am I going to establish the level of intimacy that it takes to be with someone for over a decade, right? That's kind of a big deal. Like that's to me where you can really be who you are and be with a person.
Yeah.
And that level of depth is something that, level of depth in terms of intimacy is not something that in Los Angeles is even a sentence that you
Totally
could string
agree.
together.
Totally
right?
agree.
So I thought, what I need to do is I don't want to waste a girl's time. I don't want to go on a date and get on the fifth date and go, we're not compatible.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm just going to come up with something where I'll just say this on the first date if I feel the chemistry's there, if I feel that we've had a good time, and if I feel that I would want to see that person another time. And so there was something that I would say, and as a way, it was like a filter, and if she reacts to this in a negative way, it's cool, walk away.
Yeah.
Because I've always said dating is like a job interview for fucking. That's what it is.
I agree.
It's, where do you see yourself fucking in 5 years? Tell me about your past fucking experience. It's that kind of thing. It's like you're really evaluating, am I going to be in an intimate relationship where my penis is going to be inside her?
In multiple ways.
On that note, I will say, completely aside from the date speech, I was with a girl once, and I feel like I felt the same kind of disappointment that a woman must feel when you, you would go down a man's pants. You would feel the outline of a penis against his jeans and discover that maybe the penis was very small. And my guess is that was a disappointment, right?
Yes.
That happened to me the opposite way with a girl where I felt like, holy shit, my arm can go up here. Where it was like as Patton Oswalt has said, like a hot dog down a hallway. Like I was literally like 2 weeks in with a girl, and I always, like, I don't like to get intimate.
Hold on, stop. I thought this was going to be a speech about romance.
I'm not
it's
there.
About big
No,
pussies
I'm not.
versus little
No,
pussies.
I'm not giving the speech. This is not the speech.
Okay.
This is a
Let's
complete.
tune in really quick. I saw the
No. This is
the
not
Egyptian
the,
eyes. Walk
This isn't
like
the
an
speech. I'm saying this
Egyptian.
is something that happened to me.
Bengals eyes. Is that what were we feeling right there?
I'm like, where is this going? What's going on with this story?
This isn't the speech. This is just a story of a girl I was with who had a very wide
precursor to the speech.
She
What
had
a hell of
very
a precursor.
She had a very wide vagina, which
This
is
is a
I
great-
feel the female. It's like the female equivalent of.
How old was she?
She was in her early 20s. She
And
just
how
said it-
tall was she?
She was in her
like
early
maybe
20s,
five,
and her vagina
five,
was that
6.
loose.
And what kind of
Weird.
and what kind of scooter was she riding?
I have no idea. It was, but the most bizarre. Like I'm literally like 3, 4,
A
5
rascal.
fingers. Like
Rascal.
the arm is going in here.
Okay.
Like my whole like.
She had a wide set
Did
vagina.
she have children?
No. It was so
Stop.
weird.
Are you doing Kegels right now? Are you doing any Kegels
I am,
right now? No
I am,
Kegels?
I
Okay,
am.
go back.
This is not the speech, by the way. This is just. I'm saying,
If it was, you're a
this is a
genius.
great way.
because this will really.
This
Yeah,
was
it's
a speech.
great
I'm like,
way
you're
to
a
filter people.
mad
This
scientist.
is going to be like Memento.
So I'm just saying that like it's the similar thing of like if a woman, is intimate with a man and finds out, wow, that penis is kind of like a Vienna sausage.
Okay.
Although delicious. Maybe not quite
You mean
sexually
all my
satisfying.
exes. Go on.
Right, yeah. So, why did I get off on that? How did I go into that direction?
Because you were.
That's what I was wondering.
Here's what you're saying.
I didn't mean to do that.
You didn't. You had the problem with the 10-year intimacy thing and getting that level, and then you went on a date with this chick.
Yeah,
who had a giant
hold on.
pussy.
No, you were right. Okay, thanks. You got
Can
me
I
back
just
on
say
track.
this? This
Yes.
is you're not talking really about big pussies versus little pussies. This is a metaphor for life, right?
It's a metaphor,
right?
Yes,
It's like
in life.
big vagina.
In
Yeah.
life, the big
You're-
pussy.
Yeah, it's gonna-
avoid the big pussy.
Yeah, that's what you're talking
Dive
about.
into the big. What
When life
am
gives
I
you a
saying?
big vagina.
Okay,
Oh my god,
dude, we got your back.
Okay.
It's going well.
Okay,
it's going well.
It's not going well.
It is going well.
No, this is. It's
Get
yeah.
off the big pussy, little
Okay,
pussy.
that was a one-time thing that happened.
It's a great joke on stage, not on a first
Yes,
date.
I will.
But
I
I
will
get
work
the
that into my
metaphor.
stand-up.
I get the metaphor. I get it. I get it for life.
But here's the speech would backfire because the problem with it was that I would mention this to girls and then they would go, "Well, that sounds like something I would like to try. Like that sounds good. I could be that. I could be that." But they really didn't know themselves well enough to know that this is like. So basically,
Oh my god.
assuming like a date has gone well, like I like a girl and I would like to see her again.
Yes.
I'd say, look, there's something you need to know about me, and there's two. there's two.
Either you're about to
Here
get
it
really
goes.
romantic, or you just got
No.
done
Here's the
ransacking a
No,
city
no.
and you're
What is this?
hitchhiking out.
What is this? The theme from the Hulk? I feel like
Yes.
David
Yes.
Banner.
It is. I
I'm
believe it
David
is.
Banner.
Do you have your
Bill Bixby.
tongue pierced?
Stop getting off the start.
Okay. So I would
You're
say, look, there's
imagining
two
things.
sides that are to me. On the one hand, I love to be romantic. You know,
Yes.
I like to cuddle. I like holding hands. I like writing a love letter. I like discovering. You know, it's easy to have a good time doing things that are fun. Going to Disneyland is fun, right? But can you have fun folding laundry? Can you have fun like going to Target, right? Having said that, I might also like to grab you by the back of the hair, shove you against the wall, fuck you in the ass, and come in your face. So, if you like,
You said that to girls
yes.
on
So,
the first date, the girls you didn't know. Like,
yes, that's correct.
holy crap.
So, like, if you like both things, if you like the soft,
If you like doing my laundry, going to
No,
Target,
no.
and
We're
getting
gonna
fucked
need
in
some
the ass.
Enya
no,
now.
the music
We
is
need
screwing me
Enya
up. Look, if you
man.
like things that are soft and sweet, and then the hard and the fast, it's sort of the yin and the yang.
Yes.
Then we might have a future together.
Yeah, I get this
Like
speech.
it's sort of like there's different sides. Like I feel like
get it.
I like to keep my playlist of sex acts on shuffle.
Yes.
You never know what's going to happen.
Right.
Right. So it's like it could be intimate, romantic. It could also be crazy. All with consensually speaking.
Right.
Right?
Right. I get where you're going with
You get where
this.
I'm going. So it's like, like I like there. So it could be hardcore freaking.
We're gonna spin this into gold.
You can
We're
see
gonna
where this
spin
is
this into
not.
gold.
This is definitely.
She's totally just digesting it
She's
right now.
Yeah.
You know what?
So that would be my. But it was a way to filter a girl because I didn't want to like be with a girl and go, I don't want to be basically begging a girl, please would you wear your high heels while I bang you from behind, because that's really hot. Like I want a girl that's like, I feel like a healthy sexual relationship, Vicky, back me up, is
go on.
What I call it a pleasing contest.
Okay.
Meaning like I want to fucking please you more than you please me. It's like, no, I'm going to please you more than you please me. Like you're so into that other person that you will do anything to make them happy.
I can
with you
and
on
I
that.
feel like that's healthy.
I do feel that's healthy.
That's healthy. And I have been in those, I call it the sweet spot in a relationship where you can get to that place and kind of be there as and then like in any long-term relationship, years long, it's up, it's down, it's like a roller coaster. It's good, it's bad. I'm busy with work, you're busy with work. Now we're and it's up and down. It's like, and then it's Flash Mountain, it's like, so I always strive to let's get to that sweet spot as much as possible, with understanding that we all get busy in life. So there you go. Anyways, it was great. I have had a great time with Aaron. I think that we've had a good time.
It's not over, dude.
Well,
First of
I
all,
think that's
After
pretty
that
much over.
speech, it might be.
No.
Oh shit!
Don't.
Yeah.
I understand what you're going with. I just
Well,
gotta
it's
be
like,
honest
look,
with you.
yeah.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't know if you always use those examples.
It's like
sexually,
okay. Let me.
But coming
something you'll
on the
understand.
face is like a big. That's a big step. Girls.
It really
girls, I
stings
find,
when you
hate to come on the face.
It
'cause
really
it's-
stings when it gets in the eye. But I'm just saying that like. Because
it's such a porno thing.
I've dated some porn stars. I know they tell me a lot of stuff.
Okay, I can't let this podcast be what stops this wedding.
What?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I can't let this
No, but wait. Let me just say. Look. The whole thing is just like to be open to experiences, but it's intimate between the.
Let me
two
tell
and
you something.
What?
I like this idea. I'm going to surprise everyone and say I like
What?
this. Here's why.
I'm going to say right now, Vicky's playing the role of pussy broker. What she's going to do, she's going to be on your side.
I could tell you a more shocking story about me
No.
than
You've
that.
gone far enough. You
No. All right, well, go ahead.
What you don't want to happen is you find out these weird things. Not that this is weird. I don't find what you said weird at all.
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
just being blunt.
That's why
you don't
Vicky
wanna-
is the perfect woman.
She's actually
You
all
don't
in.
want to find out some crazy weird shit. Not that this happened to me. Let's say 14 months into the relationship, after you've been with the person over a year.
Like I'm a furry.
Stop. Who thinks Lenny likes to get fists in the ass?
Oh no, it's not Lenny.
Oh,
It's
no,
not
it's
Lenny.
not.
Let's just
Who
be clear
thinks
about
I'll
that.
show you 11 texts that prove that he does.
Those were a secret.
I shouldn't have tweeted him.
It was. No, it wasn't Lenny, but I did go out with a guy for a very fucking lengthy amount of time when I was young, say like 20, 21. And there used to be these little hints, like something's a little bit off with this guy, but I couldn't put my finger on it. It wasn't
And then
anything
you put
weird.
your finger
It wasn't
in
anything weird.
Wrong preposition.
The sex was awesome. He was funny. He was cool to hang out with. But there was definitely a wall.
Smell of death coming from the basement.
There was a wall. No. There was something where it's like, this guy's hiding something fucking huge from me. And I know it.
And it wasn't
but I
his
don't
dick.
know what it is.
What was it?
All right. I'm at his house one day and I see all these messages, these IMs. This is the AOL IM days. And it's all fucking talking about like it's like he's talking back and forth to this girl, Julie. And I'm like, is that the thing? Is he cheating? I don't know what to think. Well, lo and behold, he is Julie. He was a transvestite in secret. This is who I was dating for 14 months of my life.
Wow.
And then came the the fucking pictures, and this
thought you were
guy
gonna
was
say 80s.
passable.
Was he hot as Julie?
Yes. God made it worse.
So he was more attractive in a way.
Then comes
feel
the
like that
low
would
blow.
validate
I'm not going to say more attractive.
Then we
No,
went
as a
out
woman, he
blowing
was more
guys
attractive.
together.
Then comes the night sweats.
See, this is what I'm saying is it's the whole thing is with intimacy.
It was a shock.
If you
Then
guys
came the AIDS
Let me just
test.
explain. Intimacy is honesty.
Right.
And I tend to think that women like honesty. They don't like guys who are liars. They don't like guys who are
The
cheaters.
lie's always the worst thing.
Well, of course it is.
Well, there's
so
lies
what I'm
and then
saying
there's lies.
is my intention in speaking to a girl that way on a first date is how honest are you willing to be? Because I am willing to be completely honest with you.
Do you think
in the
that
sense that
maybe
but it
that might be too early?
Yes,
Like, she
it might
be a complete freak.
It might be too early with a girl that doesn't know herself. I would say that, like, and you know, no disrespect to Erin.
Oh,
She's
come on, now-
younger than most of the girls that I didn't know how old you were, actually.
How
when
old
we
are
were
you,
about-
Aaron?
I'm 25.
I was going to guess.
Oh, that's
So
such
it's
a great
only
age.
a.
The
wait a
crowd
second.
What
love-
was that sound effect?
It's
I don't know if
only-
it was the crowd or
I was
the
like, is that a waterfall?
tsunami.
That's a waterfall.
25. So it's like a 22 year difference with us.
How old are you?
I'm 47. 47. So
Are you
yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, 47.
You look.
Right.
Do you drink
That's
blood or some
crazy.
shit like that?
Yeah, so I know from the age split that this was not going to work out. I mean, look, I've gone through a period where I dated younger girls, and I think there is sort of a window of age that you can get that is like acceptable. But I think once you get north of, I thought she was in her early 30s. I honestly did. I thought, just from her pictures and whatever, and like I'd known her sort of around the scene of doing hosting stuff, and that I thought that she was a little bit older. So I was
All
surprised.
ladies love to hear that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Yeah, I hope she's not listening to this. But I just thought she seemed more mature. But then I feel like I think that about every young girl I meet. Oh, she seems so mature. Because I think that they're good at faking being mature, and then after a while you discover it's not going to work. But
Well,
then
women are just more mature than us.
But then it's difficult to when having tried to date like women closer to my age, they come with a whole different set of problems where I feel like they're trying to close the deal too quickly. It's like, let's see, he's crazy, he's fun to hang out with, kind of does have his shit together, is responsible in certain ways. Wow, I want to I feel like I'm being evaluated. I'm on a reality show that I don't even know that I'm on. And so what can I say? But, the other thing that happened, so it's like the date was going on at the same time. I was really bummed out because I discovered, and I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm going to mention it. I discovered that a guy stole the idea for PodCRASH. Like, not like it's like, okay, it's one thing. There's shows that are kind of similar that play clips from shows or whatever, like Succotash. That's like a pod soup kind of situation.
Yeah, it celebrates other shows.
Exactly. But this guy actually, he even had like a theme song that he sang that, if you listen to the words, sounds kind of like the words from my theme song. Like, I'm too lazy to do a podcast, so I appear as a guest on other people's podcasts. This is PodCRASH. He had a song that was like that, but it was like a jazzy version. And this guy, I find out, is this hack comedian. Anyways, so this is what I talk about in the next segment on The Naughty Show. And I'm going to let this segment speak for itself. I will not speak. I'm not going to speak about it after this.
If you're listening at work, turn the volume down a little bit.
What's the name of your podcast you want to do on Desk?
I'll give you a couple ideas for I could give you a million ideas for original podcasts because no one seems to be able to think of those.
Can we
Sorry,
get to that right after this?
We could definitely deal with that motherfucker.
Awesome.
Okay, I
I
want to
can't
deal with
wait.
this.
I'm going to go
I want
fucking
this date to
ape
happen.
shit on that fuckface.
I just read all that today.
Dude, it's going to get nasty. Someone stole my idea for my podcast.
Are you serious?
And fucking ripped it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally, my exact idea is doing it. And shameless about it. Total fucking prick.
Are we
is
allowed
it?
to say
Like,
who it
it's
is?
sort of like, look, if you and I, we do stand up, right? If I found out, you've been doing a joke for 8 years that it's like, holy shit, I do a joke about sausages. I would be like, shit. Sam, holy fuck, I am so sorry.
Yes.
I did the same joke about six-pack sausages that
Yep.
you do, but I've only been doing it for the last year. Fucking A, dude, I apologize. I am so sorry. Backing off from that. I will never tell that joke again.
Right.
That's your fucking joke.
Right.
You've been telling it for 8 years. This fuckface, a no-name comedian with like, a couple hundred followers, starts doing the exact same podcast as me.
What now? What's his name?
And wait, just to
you know what? Let's not
be
even
fair, let's not say his name, but just to be fair,
Let's say
this
his name
is a
twice.
no-name person. But
No
they
name.
do live in LA, so it's not like this is something out of,
Rhode
Bumblefuck,
Island, and they have no
And then he's
Wisconsin.
like,
right.
let's get together. I think we can work this out. There's
wants to
nothing
hang
to
out
work
with
out.
them.
What's to work out is you stop stealing my fucking idea, asshole.
Who is it?
Because I will fucking find you at a fucking comedy show and I'll beat your fucking ass. You understand me? Fuck face. Fuck face.
Zoom in,
No
zoom
name
in.
motherfucker.
Zoom in. This is action shots.
Okay. Ralphie May, you're fired as my personal trainer. My new personal trainer is Joe Rogan. Have you seen how fucking Joe Rogan is built? I'm buying that stupid protein shit that he sells. I'll give you all hundreds of my dollars because I'll beat your fucking ass. And this guy doesn't know. Like it's like, okay. I'm so fucking pissed.
All right, so who is this guy?
Because
great
we
moment.
don't even say this guy's name.
You should include that in your date speech.
I'm including in my date speech. Obviously, I'm a little over.
Wow.
That was awesome.
All I'm saying is this guy literally is like, my idea is I go on other people's podcasts as a guest. I've been doing this show for a year, dude. I've been doing this show for a year with Sean Merrick, my producer. I love Sean.
Me
Sean
too.
Is, I
You think Sean's
freaking
crying
love
at
Sean
home that
Merrick.
he's not out with you right now?
What's that?
Think he's crying right now?
He's a little bit, little
My
tear,
little
little
buddy's
tear.
got a new friend.
But we were talking about this, and it's like, dude, like I've been working on the show for 6 months before. I'm like, because Chris Hardwick came up to me. He's like, hey man, I want you to do a podcast for the Nerdist Network. Why don't you do a movie podcast? And I'm like, that's so fucking obvious.
Yeah.
I'm a guy who started Film Threat magazine when I was a teenager. Like, I've been in the film world. Like, it would be stupidly obvious for me to do a movie podcast. Like, I'm going to come up with an original idea. Like, and I have opinions about comic books and pop culture and sex and politics. And I'm like, where can I talk about that? How about I do a show where I'm a guest on a different podcast? And I'll just play highlights. I don't want to play the show. I'm going to play highlights. Because I want people to discover other shows, like The Naughty Show. I want people to discover the Joe Rogan Experience. I want people to discover other shows like the Adam Carolla Show and The Nerdist and fucking WTF with Mark Maron. And there's millions of podcasts out there. So let me offer you the sampler platter of podcasts where I can be a guest on a podcast.
Are you going to go on Aaron's new podcast?
I'm going to go on Aaron's podcast called Girls Eating Hot Dogs at 2 a.m. That is the name of Aaron's podcast.
It's called Hot Dogs Down the Hallway.
And Aaron is going to interview girls eating hot dogs at 2 a.m.
Awesome.
It's going to be a great show.
Oh my
Because a lot of girls out there are foodies. Anyways, so for example, Michael Ian Black does a podcast.
I love
And
him.
what does he do on his podcast?
He makes
Eat snacks.
He eats snacks. What if I decided, like, hey, I'm Chris Gore, comedian. People know me. You know what I'm going to do on my show? I'm going to eat Doritos, all the different kinds of Doritos, the ones that have lime, whatever. That's kind of a ripoff of his show.
Right.
And you know what I would do? Because any comedian, like, you're embarrassed. This has never happened to me. But I know comedians where it has happened, and it's all handled very professionally. Like, oh shit, I'm in
podcasts or joke-wise?
jokes. This has never come up in the world of podcasts that I'm aware. Brian Redband, you would know. You keep up with the world of podcasts.
The Podfather, what say you?
Podfather. Has this ever happened? And also, it's different. Like comedians interviewing other comedians, which is the majority of podcasts. Let's be honest. It's personality based. Sam Tripoli is not the same as Joe Rogan. Sam is not the same as, say, Mark Maron. Each have their own distinct taste, like a box of chocolates. You have no idea when you're, is it a crunchy taste? What's the texture? I taste nuts. It's a little nougaty. It's different based on the personality of the interviewer.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but concepts for podcasts, that's different.
Yeah.
Right? Like Michael Ian Black's podcast is I Eat Snacks. Cashing In with TJ Miller, totally different kind of podcast. So my podcast has an original concept that I spent fucking months fucking working on, and this motherfucker who thinks he's gonna fucking steal my idea. You are fucking dead. Your fucking family is dead. You are not fucking kidding, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
I am not fucking around. I am not fucking around, you fuckface. Ah!
my God. Let's go to Aaron. Did that turn you on at all? His caveman rage.
Not.
I'm
That's
so scared right now.
Oh, yeah. Girls love to get scared, dude.
I've been in very few fights in my life,
I can tell.
but
by
I
your pretty hands.
know I know how to win a fight. I know how to win a fight is to be, I am more motherfucking crazy than you, which means you are fucking dead.
Oh, we got this guy.
You are fucking dead. I'm not fucking kidding with you. This is my fucking livelihood. Do you understand?
Yeah, this stuff.
This is like, I've got my YouTube channel, got my Tumblr, all that shit. I'm developing this into a TV show. You steal my fucking idea, you're fucking dead, you fucking pussy. You motherfucking pussy. And the thing is this, you guys think I'm kidding.
No.
I don't.
I am
Oh, no,
not
I
kidding.
don't.
I am not kidding. The thing is this, look up some famous fights I've had in Film Threat. I took on the Attorney General of the state of California. Daniel Lundgren, do you know who that is?
will.
My God, this motherfucker tried to take me on when I was editing a video game magazine. I've had some... You have no idea. This guy is fucking dead.
Well, you know what? I think you tried to be really nice about it on Twitter, and you kind of tried
And then he resorted to name calling. He got all these people to call me asshole and dick. Fuck him.
But the fact that you were coming on here tonight, of all nights, it's like, dude, he's just gonna fucking out you to everybody. Like, you can't fucking you and your
This guy
followers. Like, what are you thinking?
They don't listen. You and I have been in the game for a while.
Yeah, we've been in the game.
That rage.
There's respect.
Anytime we can go fucking WWF on this shit, I want that.
This is why I love
need that.
This space.
Aaron's vagina snapped shut like a bear trap, but that's okay.
But Brian, just to compliment you for a second, this space is respect. This is the ring. This is the fucking
dojo.
This is the MMA cage. This is the fucking. This is where comedians respect each other, right?
Yep.
We respect ideas.
Most nights.
On most nights, okay, but it's all in good fun, right? But like, could you ever how could you look at yourself in the mirror and go, yeah, I'm going to do that other guy's joke? Do you know how much easier it is to come up with your own material? It's just easier. I got a million ideas. I even jokingly tried to give this guy ideas for another podcast. I was like, hey, why don't you just do a thing where you fuck a different porn star every week and then review it like a DVD? Yeah, that would be funny. Or why don't you do this as a why don't
Red
you do
Band
a
calls
thing?
that Death Squad.
Yeah. Or just whatever. No, all the Death Squad podcasts are original concepts. It starts with the host, and then it comes with a concept and idea. We could talk into really technical, boring detail.
That would be Sunday,
Brian and I would we would be sitting there hard talking about this, but it would bore the shit out of the audience, right, Brian?
Yep.
Exactly. We'll have an off.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's so much easier to come up with an original idea that when let's say I'm working on a screenplay or a TV concept and I hear someone else is doing one that's very similar, I go, you know what? I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Because
it's a waste
being
of my
done.
fucking
It's a
time,
waste of my
too.
fucking time.
Right.
Why do I want to do a lesser concept? And this guy is doing the pussy version of what
let me
I'm
just
doing.
say this.
Please.
Being from the Naughty Show and doing the Naughty Show for years, these guys will tell you the concept has been... The amount of people who have tried to steal it is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it was going like every other month. I'd have somebody who would come to the show, like to meet me, see the show, and then I'd see them putting out fucking...
But it never sustains, does
never.
it? It
So
never sustains
my
because they
point
can't
is that
keep
you
doing
don't
it.
have to worry about it.
You don't think so?
because-
This guy will go away?
No, he'll go away because you are you. He's not you. He can't do you.
And what will he crash?
Yeah.
Who's going to have him on?
Yeah,
He's not
this
coming
is
in
out.
here.
No, this
fuck
is out.
yeah.
Just all he has to do is get bad energy and it dies, dude.
You think so?
Oh,
You think
yeah.
so?
I agree.
All right,
I
all right.
definitely
It
think so.
dies,
Well, I
dude.
hope you guys
We've
are
seen
right.
it happen a lot with
I've had
with
friends
this
try
show.
to do naughty shows. I had a friend who did it on a channel.
I'm
I
going
won't
to do
even
the
say his
nasty
name.
show. That seems stupid. Why would someone do that and try and rip you off?
There is a nasty show.
Jamie
There
Bro.
is a nasty
Yeah,
show?
I thought you
It's
knew.
it's in
No.
Montreal.
Why the fuck would I listen to that? I'm
It's
here
not-
with you.
Oh, is there a nasty show podcast?
Oh,
Is there?
no, I thought
I'm
that
sure
was
there
the
might-
name of a
No,
stand-up show.
No, it's a show in Montreal. It's a totally
But you
different
guys
thing.
should come to Dr. Susie with me one night.
I'm
Oh,
dying
so
to do
We
weird.
it.
almost went that one night.
I wanted to do it.
Oh, and Brian, you had better freaking come along too.
Oh, I want to.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
we wanna
All right.
watch
All my
people-
ex-girlfriends have been on
We'll
this
see if
show.
Erin still likes me. she can go too.
Oh, and someone,
see. I
someone
don't know. I
on
think I blew
Twitter
it.
asked me why did it matter that the guy lived in L.A. And I'm not saying it matters,
It
but
doesn't
it's like
matter.
when
Do-
you. But,
Vicky, do I know him?
I don't think so. I don't.
Off
I think
camera.
what you're just saying is that
Won't say this
increases
guy's
the
name.
probability that he would know
knows
this
you
was
do.
an
Right.
original
I'm just saying,
idea.
especially if you're a comedian, you're part of the community in LA, you kind of should know about Chris Gore and his podcast.
Or even more so, I'll take it a little further than that. If you are a real comedian in LA and you're really doing this podcast, other comedians are going to be like, it's the same policing thing. It's going to be like, dude, this podcast already exists.
The day this guy's podcast launched, someone else on Twitter called him out and said, that's
Yes.
just like Chris Gore's podcast.
Exactly.
That's the exact idea. He steals my fucking title song. I came up with a
serious?
song. He stole the
Aaron, you wanna
song and
sit
did
next
a
to me
blues
to
version
feel
of my
safe?
song.
Here, come over here.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait. Am I getting... I'm sorry.
No.
My spit
She's
is getting on
scared,
your
but
legs.
she's turned on.
But not
I can tell.
intentionally.
Like,
I need
she's
I need to know who this
Uh,
person is, I think.
Check
No.
your text.
Off camera.
That was
but-
private.
okay.
No, we're not giving credit to this fucker.
Yeah, no.
No, it's
This
all right.
fuckface.
Chris.
That I will. He's like, I want to meet with you. It's like you're going to meet my fucking fist fuckface.
Yeah, he'll
I'm
be
serious.
That's insane. That's like
I'm professional. This guy should have known. This is not how you deal with something. This is not the correct way
Right.
to deal with this.
He'll learn,
and then
and it will die.
Trying to turn me into being an asshole, and then someone
You're
is
not
like,
an asshole.
And then someone hit me up and said, "Look,
You're
watch
Randy
out.
Macho Man
this
Savage
guy,
of
do you know the
podcasting.
the Keith and the Girl podcast?
No.
I love. Okay, you would love Keith Malley and the Keith and the Girl podcast. Really big on the East Coast. They've apparently had problems with this guy. So he is a bad dude. He's a guy to like stay away from.
Yeah, we've obviously, this guy is setting
We'll
the
talk,
precedence
Brian. We'll
of
talk.
crashing and burning, and he won't be around forever.
Yeah.
You know, when I first started
Back to
coming
my
out
speech
to LA,
where I talked about anal. Do you want to
Hold
talk
on.
about the relationship?
let me just
Let's not get back to anal.
Food?
and then we're going to get to
I thought this was all
Aaron's
still the
dick
speech.
jokes and how soon Red Band's going to offer her a podcast. We're going to talk about that. So listen, when I
Aaron
came
her
out
own
here,
podcast.
when
Give
I
Aaron
came
her
out
own.
here, dude, Carlos
that looks
Mencia, Dane Cook, Joe Coy, they were all jacking everybody's material.
Yeah.
And you know what? For a while there, I was like, man, there's nobody cares.
How do you respect them though? How do you can't respect?
I don't. But
Right.
other people don't want to rock the boat, so they let them get away with this shit. But you know, 2 out of the 3, and the third will happen to them eventually. But 2 out of the 3, man, done. They're done.
Yeah,
Are they broke? Are they living in a shelter? No. But all their credibility is gone. It all comes out in the wash. Whatever you believe in the universe, it all comes out in the wash.
Well, that's it for my second appearance on the Naughty Show.
Glad you finally calmed down, Chris.
Yeah, exactly. I got a little worked up, but it was one of those things where I was kind of having fun with it. But I also, having been so worked up, I had to kind of recover physically from it. I was
believe
like,
it, yeah.
I was. It's like I had, done a walkathon.
No, afterwards with your date, were you just like a caveman?
No, I think that actually
kiss me.
She thought it was funny. I mean, like, yes, I did the goodbye kiss. And that was it. And then the worst thing is we went on a second date that Saturday. And
To
it was,
another podcast.
I think it was that Saturday, maybe like the Saturday after. It was the worst date ever.
Oh,
It
no.
was a disaster where it completely derailed. So we went on 2 dates and pretty much nothing happened. And then a few weeks later, reconciled with my ex. And it's like the ending of a romantic comedy. Except they really don't show you what happens after the credits, which I think is then you have to have a relationship. And that involves a lot of talking. That's what I've learned. There's a lot of talking which is good because I talk so much.
Do you listen?
That is what I do need to work on. I need to work on many things. I need to work.
You don't need to work on the talking, though.
I don't need to work on the talking. I can do. I can express myself. The listening, I'll get there. So I really want to thank Sam Tripoli, Vicky Pezza, Brian Redband, and Jason Thibault who were on the show. And I want to thank
Jason Tebow.
Tebow. Did I say Thibault? Because it's Tebow. Thank you for correcting me, Caleb. This is why I love having you as a guest for my raps on the show. And I also want to thank Aaron Darling for tolerating me that night. Going from I think now I will be. I think now, like the ending of The Dark Knight Rises, I will be legend. Because I went from being the best date ever. She was texting me all week. Oh, best date ever. It was so great. It was awesome. To the worst date on the planet where I definitely pulled the ripcord on that. So now here's Erin Darling is now telling the story of her Chris Gore experience.
It's a great story.
And she will tell it for years to come.
Now, would you recommend for any of your listeners who also appear on podcast guests who happen to be single that they bring a guest to a podcast or a first date?
I'm going to say do not bring dates to podcasts. I think that this is the lesson. If I have learned one thing, do not bring a date to a podcast.
So it's a policy now.
There's not many policies. If I went to the HR department at PodCRASH HQ, they would definitely say no more bringing dates or guests to podcasts. I guess I could bring a guest. I'll bring Sean Merrick. Well, I want to thank him because he got me booked on the show. Gets me booked on all the shows. So I really want to thank Sam, Vicky, Brian, Jason, T-Ball, and the gang. Tebow. See, I'm going. Look at the spelling of it.
Oh, I know, but it's like Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow.
Not that you know
then
sports.
Spell it Tebow. I do know sports. I know Tim Tebow.
Well,
and he even spells it like Tebow.
Yeah.
Maybe they're related, but they just the family name they decided to spell it differently. Anyways, you can get more Naughty Show at allthingscomedy.com. You can follow the Naughty Show on Twitter at Naughty Show, and you can find the Naughty Show on Facebook. Caleb, where can we find you?
CalebBacon.com, CalebBacon, at Caleb Eats Bacon on Twitter, manschoolshow.com for the new show, or just check it all out on iTunes coming February 1st. Manschool.
And you have the best last name ever. We haven't talked about your last name, Bacon. If we ever do a show together, Bacon and Gore would be, or Gore and Bacon.
Yeah.
It's got to be Bacon and Gore. It's just such a good, I love that.
Oh, we could do it.
Come up with some concept.
Gore and Bacon's 2013 PodCRASH Awards.
And you know what? And I plug myself too much. So look, just Google me. How about that? But at least go to iTunes and give me a review. 5 stars if you think I deserve it, because reviewing the show on iTunes helps other people discover the show because it boosts our ranking. And I want to end the show by saying one final thing. Here we go.
Let's get out of here.
Close your eyes.
Why?
Suit yourself.
Hey, if you're still listening to this, you're probably a lot like me. You'd consider bringing a date to a podcast, which is, I'm going to just tell you, is a really bad idea. So don't do it if you were thinking about it.
It's actually a little bit sick.
It's a little sick?
It's a little sick.
It's a little sick.
But in a fun way.
It's pretty stupid. I'm not going to do it again. Actually, do me a favor. Don't be like me. Don't bring dates to podcasts. No. They can go horribly wrong. But if you do, we're a lot alike, and I like you. And if you don't, I like you anyways. For that, you shall be rewarded. Send a self-addressed stamped envelope to PodCRASH with that Chris Gore, 5042 Wilshire Boulevard, PMB 1500, Los Angeles, California 90036. You will be rewarded with the PodCRASH Fan Club Kit. And it's absolutely free. All you have to do is send in a self-addressed stamped envelope.
Do it.
And here's a little bonus piece of audio from The Naughty Show. Later. Ideas are easy. And to me, I would be embarrassed. I could never look myself in the eye if I was stealing someone else's idea.
Yeah.
The thing is, they can't look themselves in the eyes either.
Every time my penis entered a woman, I would think to myself, you fuckface. Every time my withering tiny mini carrot of a penis entered a woman. Every time my tiny Vienna sausage, I love those delicious little mini carrots. Every time my small, pathetic, sad penis entered a woman, I think to myself, I would know. In the back of my mind, I know I stole an idea from another comedian. I stole an idea from another comedian who lives in L.A. You fucker! You motherfucker! How could you do that? I would be embarrassed! I couldn't live with myself! I could never stay home for another woman! If I knew I had stolen comedy! Fuck you!
Wow.
This may be
I'm not fucking around! You think this is a joke? It ain't motherfucking joke! Fuck, I need more